players that he, quote, wants in on a trade to L.A. Earlier this week, Giants co-owner John Mara said Odell is not on the trading block, but Adam Schefter reported the Giants want at least 2 first-round picks. And Todd Gurley was asked about it and said, quote, it would be awesome. We're joined by FS1 NFL analyst, the Rambassador, Eric Dickerson.
Rambassador. Love it.
How did I get that name?
Very unbiased, Eric Dickerson.
I've got to give it to you, Skip. You gave me that name.
It stuck.
It stuck.
It works.
It stuck.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, we're going to start off with, this offseason has been so good for us. I just got to say it. I mean, we're more popular than the Cowboys right now.
I would say you are. You're on the verge. If you add Odell, of course.
Well,
Eric, is Odell a good or bad fit for the Rams?
I like Odell a lot. I like him. I think he's a great football player. But we don't need Odell. Whoa! We don't. I mean, we don't. I'm happy with our receivers. I mean, we might could add a guy, but I mean.
Are you saying you don't need the headaches that he would bring with him?
Possibly, and I would say for sure that's one thing we don't need. I mean, the one thing when you talk about the Los Angeles Rams and you go into their locker room, this is a very close-knit football team. We have a young quarterback. We don't need a guy, and I'm not saying like it wouldn't help us. It would help us, but I think in the long run it might hurt us because we can only get him for maybe 2 years. And that's about it, to be honest with you. I mean, would he fit in the locker room? Maybe, but I'm serious. I would have to pass. The most important thing for the Los Angeles Rams right now is to sign Aaron Donald. Let's just put that on hold right now. Put Odell on hold. That's the most important thing that we should get done. They should have did that last year. Get him signed, get that out the way, and get that money already allocated to him, and be done with that. Because now we have Ndamukong Suh, which I think is going to be a great addition to our defense. And that's why we need depth. We need depth on defense. We're hurting at linebacker. We need more offensive linemen. I mean, because when you look at the Dallas Cowboys football team last year, what hurt them? Not having depth, losing offensive linemen. The Philadelphia Eagles, the reason I think they won the Super Bowl, and I took them with no points, I said, I'm going to take them straight up. Then I,
you got your money? You got your ball of money?
No, I can't get my money from Joy. I don't know what's up.
Eventually.
Yeah.
I pay up in time.
Okay, all right. I think the thing that helped them was the depth that they had on defense, that defensive line. So do we need let's go back to Odell. Do we need Odell? Like I said, I like Odell. I think he's a great player. But coming to Los Angeles, I mean, I think it'll be Hollywood and all that kind of stuff. I think it'll be too much. We just don't need that right now. That's just my opinion.
No, they don't need him. I mean, you talk about, you don't know what they bring to the locker room. You do know y'all signed Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah.
Y'all signed to leave. Y'all signed Marcus Peters. So y'all already got a locker room that's going to be a handful. Now, and I get Odell possibly coming in, but if you're not going to get Odell a contract extension, Skip, leave Odell where he is. You let the Giants deal with that headache.
Yep.
And I'm afraid they will be unable to sign him because, as ED said, 9-9 has to eat first.
Yep.
So I don't know how much money you're going to have left over.
Right.
Because when you give him his $70 million guarantee, now Todd Gurley going to want a little something. Todd Gurley say, oh, hey, what about your boy? Jerry Goff got two. You got two, basically another year before you got to do something with Jerry Goff. So I don't know how you fit it. Now, do I think he would make them more explosive offensively? They were the #1 scoring team last year. Absolutely. But that's a lot. Now, you better be careful. There are some teams that have some ammunition. If I'm the 49ers, I ain't saying nothing. I beat y'all to the punch.
On Odell.
Odell. Put Jimmy Garoppolo and Odell together.
Okay. And the Jets got nothing but cap room, and the Browns got nothing but draft picks to give up.
But I don't think the Giants would trade him to the Jets.
I don't think so either.
Even though it's a different conference, Skip.
But remember, half of this equation is where will Odell agree to go? Even though he doesn't have a trade veto power in his contract, he's the kind of kid who just say, okay, I quit. I won't play.
Do you think he'd wait to go to San Francisco? Given that situation with Kyle Shanahan as an offensive mind?
Maybe.
That would be a good spot.
Look at Julio Jones' numbers with Kyle Shanahan.
But the dream destination is Hollywood.
Yeah.
You know it, and I know it. And I got to applaud, Mr. Rambassador, what your organization is doing, starting with Les Snead and Kevin Demoff and your owner and your 32-year-old head coach. They're just saying, let's just go for broke, man.
There you go.
They're just saying, win now. The NFL stands for not for long. You get one little crack here, and if the window opens for 1 year with Odell, I'm just doing it. I'm plunging because I have covered your Rams way before your time when they played at the Coliseum the first time around, and it got sleepy out there. And maybe it sometimes gets a little sleepy now, but there's momentum. They're a team on the verge. Number one scoring offense, and all of a sudden with Wade Phillips coaching this defense, because Wade can flat out coach it.
Oh, yeah,
You give him a little, you give him two corners like that, and you give him a little bit of a pass rush, and he is going to come down your throat with that defense. You know this. I can't.
Oh,
think,
you like? Hey, you like?
I can't.
Yeah, I'm just smiling. I didn't say nothing.
I can't think of a better coordinator I could hand this group to than Wade Phillips. And the young offensive coordinator / head coach he's an outside the box thinker. And I love what they did with the young quarterback. He turned around the whole career of the young quarterback who looked like a bust for a year. And he turned around the whole career of that young running back who didn't look very good the year before, right?
Right.
Okay, so it's all on the verge of explosion. And if Odell comes to Hollywood, it's nuclear media explosion. And during camp, the destination for all the national media would be here. To go, where do they train? I can't remember where they go. Do they go out to?
They go out to Irvine.
Irvine, okay. So Irvine would be the destination.
Hard Knocks. Well, they just did Hard Knocks.
They did Hard Knocks 2 years ago.
So y'all you don't want that no more. Huh?
But you know,
we need to win.
There's a lot to. I get your depth point. I get it, but there's a lot to right place, right time, right feel, right momentum, and the explosion would be with Odell. And I get, like, can I make a case that Gronk would be a little more valuable? The problem with Gronk is I just don't know how long he stays healthy because you look at the litany of injuries, and it's just scary. Because he's had, like, everything go wrong with him.
I agree with you. I think Gronk would be better served, but do you really want Gronk? Because Gronk going to be doing movies on his day off and as soon as practice is over.
And our coach likes tight end, but we drafted 3 tight ends. We just drafted Gerald Everett with our second pick, and that was like our #1 pick.
Okay, and so Tyler Higbee was your leading receiver at tight end.
Receiving tight end.
Okay, but look, you lost Sammy Watkins, so he was your deep threat. Well, this Odell, when his head is right, is he not like the ultimate deep threat in pro football?
Yeah,
I mean,
what did you just say? When his
head is right. Well, I don't know.
When his head is right.
Okay, but
we can't take a chance on somebody's head being right.
Okay, but I do love a kid like Odell with a chip on his shoulder, like, I'm going to show you New York. Watch this.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I feel like, you're like when mama say, I'm going to whoop you.
Yeah.
I'm going to whoop you. Then all of a sudden she show up with the bill like, oh, she really coming this time. I feel like, because when they say Cleveland, I know. Can you see Odell in Cleveland?
No.
No. You can't see Odell in Cleveland. No. I can see him in San Francisco. I can see him. Even the Jets, I couldn't even see that.
No, I couldn't either.
I can't see
I would
that.
agree.
So, I mean, would he help our football team? Most definitely would he help our football team. We'll get him, I'll just say, for 2 years. Our main concern is signing Aaron Donald.
Okay, I got it. But at some point, you just figure that out. Like you just say,
well, they should have
figured
out 2. They should have figured out last year, 2 years ago.
They did not.
Exactly.
Okay? But you could, if you could get the Giants desperate enough in the hour before the draft that they would take your 23rd overall just straight up, then it's worth. You got him under contract for what? One more year. And you just say, let's just go figure it out. Let's just see how we can do this.
And then we'll do franchise next year.
You could.
Next year. Yeah, so we'd have.
But he said he's not playing without a contract extension.
Yeah, everybody see that.
Yeah,
look,
but
I'm gonna tell you something. It ain't $20 million laying on the street. Like, ain't a lot of $20 million jobs laying out there. Like, I'm gonna sit out. I ain't gonna take this $20 million. That's what they offer him.
Oh, that what they offer?
I think they offer that his second year. He'd have to somewhere.
Hey, listen, with Odell in that offense, with Gurley, and with your young quarterback who's got a big arm. Think of defensive coordinators saying, God, how do we stop this? And I get Gronk can be a monster. He's a double coverage monster. But Odell can run past anybody. He's got like crazy speed to me.
He is fast. But I say it again. I like him. I do. Man, I wish we could.
I think I just talked you into it.
Odell,
I like it.
Talib, Peters, and Sue.
Yeah. I told you, we need depth.
It's a media dream team because it would be a story a day.
Yeah.
Well, they better win.
Yeah.
They better win.
That's what we need. The most important thing for the Los Angeles Rams is to win football games and to get back. Make sure this wasn't a fluke from last year. That's what people going to say. Oh, man, that was just a fluke from last year. If they come out hot and winning, then people start believing that for real. First of all, we have a $5 billion stadium that they've got to try to get filled. They got to sell those seats.
Odell.
Well,
that's another thing.
I mean, Odell is such a popular.
Is it 4? It's another
2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
Okay.
And
And then you'll get the Super Bowl out here after the
Olympics. And all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah.
When you go buy your seats, Skip?
I'm going to get tickets.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
we want
yeah,
buy
you're gonna
tickets.
buy
We're getting
tickets.
tickets from you.
I wish I might.
Excuse me?
Joy, I can't get you to pay up your bet, Joy.
I will. I'll go for it.
I will.
You think you keep putting?
No, what I do is I do double or nothing, and then I get out
I
of it.
tell you what, I tell you what I do though, Joe. I'll let you out this bet. If you can talk him into racing me.
See, I spoke it into existence.
See?
I can make that. No, I'm going to do that.
Come on, Joy,
I'm going to set
you
it up
can
and
do
set it
it.
up for charity, and then he's not going to be able to wiggle his way out
That's
of it.
it. We'll do it for charity.
Eric, you're
Yeah,
so,
me. I'm charity.
Well, I'm charity.
you're going to need charity afterwards.
I want to blow the nose. You don't want.
Eric, you're so calm and reasonable and thinking so long term about your Rams. You got to just go for it.
Look, it's all about right now. You know, right now. We need to win now.
Right. Odell could help you do that.
Like I say, we don't want to put the horse before the bus, the horse before the cart, and all that kind of stuff.
No, the cart before the horse.
Cart before the horse. Yeah, we got it backwards. Yeah, but no.
Well, you ain't gonna see your Rams win. You race with me in the hospital, full hamstring, off the bone.
Shit. Let's ask one more time. What did you run your 40 in? Let's go back to that.
Ed.
Answer my question.
Ed, you hadn't run a 40 since
Answer
in
my
40
question.
years.
I have run a 40 in 40. What did you run your 40 in?
My fastest time ever was 4.53.
Now, the other day was
wait.
4.6 something.
No,
They keep going
I
faster.
ran 4.6 at the combine.
And that means 4.7. That was the real time.
No. You know
That's the real time. 4.78.
At your pro day, the Dallas Cowboys got you in 4.8.
Oh, my, that's more like it.
I know that.
Joe, I think you can outrun him.
Yeah.
Oh, I could run both of you. I'm not worried about that.
This is what I know.
The only person that's disabled I can't outrun is Skip, and that's because he runs every day.
Here's the thing. Now, there is tape.
Wait. Stop. What you say?
Skip runs every day.
You can outrun everybody else at this table?
I mean, come on, let's be serious.
You want some of this too, Joe?
Are you joking?
Oh, I'm just. You want some? I'll take you too.
Skip.
Joy, there's tape.
Skip.
There's tape.
Come on.
Skip. There's
I'll
tape.
take you too,
You just stepped over
What about
the
the
line.
tape? What about that tape of you getting run down from behind?
How fast who ran you down?
I don't
We gotta
know.
leave
You
there.
damn
Eric,
breed.
thanks for joining us. Well, does Brian get back to being an elite receiver? Speaking of running, we'll discuss that next.